Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm here with my boy JohnnyKPicks, and we're gonna be doing. What's up, Johnny? We're gonna be doing our live video for UFC Vegas 54. Got some decent fights on this card. Main event should be good and boring. What do you think, Johnny?
I mean, I'm hoping it's not. It does have, the potential to be a good fight, but lately, Rakic hasn't been making it a fun fight, and who knows what Jan's going to do after that last fight. Like, he might be timid as all hell, like, because, we'll get into that more. I don't want to, like, break that down right now, but who knows? Like, it could be a slow fight. It could be one of those fights where you're like, oh, it's going to be out in the first minute. Like, who knows?
Right. If they, yeah,
I'm hoping it's a good fight, though. I don't want it to be like a Rakic and Santos fight again.
Santos or Smith, even. That was terrible, too. And Blachowicz loves being in them ones too. But yeah, man, we're gonna do a quick little recap of like UFC, the shenanigans at UFC 274, man. What'd you think about that card?
It was just weird, dude. I know I said it in in my video, like there was 10 decisions out of 14 fights. And out of those 10 decisions, there was 5 split decisions.
Yeah.
And the judging was all crazy. You got judges scoring it 30-27 for one fighter, and then another judge is scoring it 29-28 for the other fighter. So they're not watching the same fight, or they just don't know how to judge, and they're just judging it their own way when there's literally a criteria of how to judge fights. And like that was my main thing about the whole night was just the judging again. And I know I say this all the time, but
it's getting bad lately.
Bad.
I feel like we had a good stretch, like at the end of the year last year, and then maybe through like February, where the judging seemed like it was pretty legit. And then like I mean, like you said, I don't want to complain, but I feel like I've took a bad beat on like the last 4 or 5 cards, going like Petroski, going back to Columbus to Askarov. I mean,
and Dvorak and
and then weren't like crazy robberies, but it's like they weren't even splits. But the only fight I really thought, like you said, because there was 5 split decisions, which is crazy. But the only fight that I really thought was a split decision was Chaos Williams and Randy Brown, because they both, Randy Brown did his work, Chaos did his, and it's like, man, they both. But the rest, every other split decision was like unjustified. Like Caitlyn Rodriguez won all 3 or 2 out of 3, like clearly. But
and I was gonna say Chookagian won 29-28.
Clearly,
I don't think one of the judges had a Chookagian 29-28. That's how crazy that like the judges were in that.
I think
fight.
One had her 30-27 or something.
One was 30-27. One was Dumont 29-28. I think the other judge did 30-27 as well. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me, but it's just insane. Like the judges just see completely different fights.
The fact that like this, how judging's terrible, dude, and that they go like when it gets to the split decisions, it's like I bet it's like 70% that the underdog wins that split decision too. And, it's just crazy. Like in the Rose Namajunas fight, anybody can see that's a draw. Nobody won that fight, and she definitely didn't beat the champ. Like what happened to the old saying, you got to beat the champ to take the belt? That was like John Jones had a couple of them fights with like Thiago Santos. It was kind of boring and they were all right, but it seemed like, I mean, I thought he got beat, but they let him keep his belt because it was just back and forth. But that fight, man, was terrible. And
the first 3 rounds, like how do you judge the first 3 rounds?
Like, 10-10s.
To me, like you only can judge round 4 and 5, and each one of them won 1 round. Like
and then
won 4 and Rose won.
And then
5.
I thought too, if it's like a 10-10 round, then you just give that to the champ, basically, because you're not going to take the belt from a champ. Like if there was 5, like what I've seen in the 3rd round, I'm like, if there's 5 of these rounds, then definitely Rose wins, because you can't take the belt from the champ by just not doing nothing. But yeah, man, when they started reading that, like I went in the bathroom, I was brushing my teeth and stuff. I wasn't even worried. I thought Rose was going to win it was going to be some weird, but then I heard a split decision. I'm like, what? And then I couldn't believe it, because I'm like, there's no way. Like she didn't take her belt from her, but it was the worst fight ever, man.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I wasn't really too up in arms about it, because just how the fight played out. I was more like worried. Like I'm not worried, but I was more mad. I'm like, dude, I was expecting this fight to be like fireworks. Like maybe not like Chandler Ferguson fireworks, but like it's gonna be a good striking showdown, back and forth, like wrestler versus
like
striker.
Welly Zhang fights or something.
Yeah, exactly. But nothing happened. Like nothing. Like not even weird. In 4 and 5. I was just like, come on, guys. Like somebody do something, because none of them wanted the belt. And If that's the case, what they should have done is just strip the belt.
Right.
And
just a draw.
Just vacate it right now. And then the next two in line go for the belt. And then, and then they have to work their way up again. Like, I think that's more of a, I guess you're going to say, fair way or reasonable way than just doing it that way. Because to me, Esparza is not the champion, and Rose didn't win. No. Like, I'm not shooting for giving her a lot of credit or anything because she didn't do anything.
Right. You would think after Rose stopped them, even she stopped most of the takedowns, and even when she got taken down, she got up in 5 seconds. You would think after that you just start teeing off on Esparza, because even if she does get in on you, get a takedown, you get back up.
Exactly.
And that was the worst, bro. That was the worst. That fight, because I had the Chandler Rose parlay. That fight made me go from after Oliveira won, going from minus 0.4 units, I would have been at plus 3.5 units, which would be $350, dude. I'm like, man, sucks.
Yeah, but I had Rose with Roy Val, and I would have won a bet too, and I would have been up like 3 units too. So, I mean, I barely got ahead this week too. Luckily, like I said, with Charlie Olive was like saving my night. Like, dude, it was crazy.
Right? Yeah, Charlie Olives is the man, dude. He's a savage.
Yeah.
So before we get into this UFC Vegas 54, I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. We got Victor here. He said he's at work, but he's going to listen to us and be able to comment a little bit, man. What's up, Victor? Appreciate you coming. Saba, what's up, man?
What's up, Saba?
Yep, appreciate you coming too. We got Broke Bets. If he was talking about this from earlier about the Jan and Rakic stuff. We got Effie. What's up, man? Next pay-per-view. Saba said this is maybe the worst pay-per-view overall. I mean, the Chandler fight and the other Oliveira fight, but really just kind of the Oliveira and then the knockout. But yeah, it was a weird card.
Yeah, man. on paper, to me, like that pay-per-view looked real good, but it just did not turn out the way I thought. Other than those two fights, like those two fights were fireworks, and everything else was just like one of those
like that Caitlyn Rodriguez, man. I was so mad about that decision, because that was a clear 29-28. Like, I mean, you can't give Varga the third round. Like, Caitlyn had like 2 or 3 takedowns and a little control and stuff, and I don't know, it was weird. But
it's just, I think it just goes down to the judges. They follow their own criteria, or they just don't want to watch fights. I don't know how else to explain it. Right.
We have Raw Torque here. So what's up, ladies?
What's up, Raw?
And Saba said, for me, it's weird that Carla. They said, she was plus 150 going into the 5th round. I kind of thought Rose won the 5th round. It was like, I thought they were.
Yeah, I think so too.
I thought it was going to be, honestly, 49-46 Rose. Like, and not even be just because it was so terrible. But I thought the first, second, third, I'm like, if you can't pick a winner, you're probably going to give it to the champ. But
I mean, I thought it was going to be 48-47 Rose either way, because like we said, how do you judge the first 3 rounds? So I was like, all right, worst case scenario, one of those rounds they're going to do 10-10, because I don't know how especially the first round. The first round was the worst one of all.
Yeah.
And then give 1 and 1 for round 2 and 3, and then go from there. So it might have been a draw. Like, it could have been a draw too.
Yeah. That's what it should have been. Nobody won that fight. No, the fans. Nobody won that fight. None of the fighters.
UFC didn't win.
Nothing.
Like,
nobody.
They can't promote those two fighters anymore, because no one thinks Esparza is a champion now. So how are they going to promote her?
I hope how they promote her is, I hope they promote her by giving her Jessica Andrade your next fights, because there's going to be no boring there. Andrade is going to run through her, because Andrade has good wrestling herself too.
Yeah, I mean. They would have to do a quick turnaround, which they could, because she took 0 damage.
Right. Yeah.
Or they're going to do
literally.
Or they're going to do Joanna and Whaley. The winner of that is going to be next. Yeah.
I bet Carla took more damage in her last sparring session before that fight. Then they landed like 23 and 25 fights apiece, or punches or something apiece, but in 5 rounds, it's less than like a punch a minute. It's terrible. But man, let's get into said I had a lot of faith in Saba said I had a lot of faith in Rose. Thought the fact that it was a rematch and she lost the first fight. Actually, right. And she came out like, that was just weird. If I was Dana White, I'd be so mad too.
Yeah, I watched his press conference, and I was gonna say, he was just like, no one's clamoring for the rematch here. And I'm like, I don't blame you, because I don't want to see it.
No, not at all. It's like,
I don't even want to see Esparza fight for the belt. Like, I know she's the she has it, but I don't want to see her fight for it.
I know she's gonna make a lot of money off of all this and all that, but
yeah, and then she's gonna be a huge underdog too.
Yeah,
whoever it is.
That's what I don't understand how Rose can go out there and beat Wei Li over 5 rounds and back and forth fight and then be scared of Carla.
That's exactly like Wei Li is way more dangerous. I understand you being cautious with Wei Li, but Esparza, all she does is take you down, but that's all she has.
Right.
And clearly she got back up, like you said, like 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
So why be scared of that?
For 21 seconds of control. So one of the judges had it 49-46 for Esparza.
I know. It was wild. I was just like, okay, I don't know what fight you're watching here because 3 of them were just awful.
Right. All right, well, let's get into this UFC 54. Hopefully this will be better. Hopefully Sal Diamato gets ill, gets the bid or something, man, so he ain't even there. We'd win. The bookies would die on one of them days, dude. We'd kill the bookies if Sal wasn't there.
True.
All right, so first fight I got for this, they're probably a little out of order, but I got Tatsuro Taira versus Carlos Candelario, and I'll let you start this fight.
Okay. I'm actually excited to see this fight because it was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago, and I was kind of excited, but now I'm even more because they tempted me, and I'm like, all right, let's go. But I really like Tatsuro to win this one. Watching some of his tape, like he's really he's a finisher. Like he's super aggressive. He has good striking. He's more of a grappler. Really good submissions. He gets a lot of his finishes in the first round or early second round, so he wants to end it early. With Candelario, I mean, he's good. He's a good, solid guy. He's good boxing. The only thing about him, though, his takedown defense is not good, and that just plays into Tatsuro's game. And I just think like 1 or 2 takedowns it's going to take, and he's going to get on his back and then just get a rear naked choke, one of those things. So I'm thinking it's going to be a Tatsuro fight all day, and probably I'm going with a submission probably in the first round.
Okay.
I'm going to quick work.
Yeah. Another thing, because I think last time when they had to pull out, like I think it was because Candelario was like sick or something, so that don't help him. Obviously he's out of training for a little bit, so that don't help Carlos. Man, with Tatsuro, I watched like 4 of his fights, and two of his wins in his last 5 fights are guys. One has 24 wins, one had 38. So this dude, he's fought good competition. He's really well rounded. He's only 22. He's 10-0. He'd be 18-0 with his amateurs, so that's really nice.
Yep.
He's a patient striker, and he's got pretty decent power, so I like that about him too. And throws a lot of leg and body kicks, setting up his stuff. He's got good takedowns, really good submissions, like you said, and I think that's like what you said is going to be the key here, because Candelario, he comes from a boxing background. He doesn't have good wrestling. Like he has okay offensive and like kind of crappy defensive, but he's like a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't really show it too much. But he's got good because I mean he was getting taken down by Altamirano, who really ain't a takedown a wrestler. Pretty sure I'm getting his fights mixed up too though. But yeah, man, I like Tatsuro to be able to hit some double legs, some body locks on him. I've seen him clubbing sub dudes too, so maybe he could hit something like that. But when it's standing, I'm gonna favor Candelario a little bit with the boxing. He's really straight, crisp punches. But it's not like Tatsuro is just can only fight on the ground. You know what I mean? He's got good stand up. But we do want him to get it to the ground, use his fight IQ, use what's going to be better for him, easier for him. And I don't know if he's going to get a finish. I want him to. I want him to get it over with. But Candelario is pretty tough. So I'm going to take Tatsuro. I'm going to take him by decision. And I got him in a parlay. Somebody will get to later. But he could finish him. I hope he finishes him. Because his wrestling and jiu-jitsu looks great. Like I said, he looks like the best prospect out of Japan in a long time, to be honest. So hopefully he's the real deal. Yeah,
he's impressive. Like, I know he's young, but, the name that we can never say, he's super young too, 21 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Look what he did. So, like.
Knowing the UFC, they'll probably line them 2 dudes up, the Muhammad dude and him. In the next fight, for some reason, just get rid of one of the huge prospects. Ruin the prospects. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So both of us are on Tatsuro on that one. Yep. Finisher decision, and should be a great fight though.
Yep.
We got Saba. He said Taira by sub, and like you said, I agree with you and Johnny. That's definitely
I can see a decision as well.
Yeah. So seeing all the debutantes lose in the last few weeks, yeah, because I mean, but
Rodriguez really didn't.
But Candelario fought on the contender series, but he's really a debutante too. So, but
didn't he fight twice too?
But definitely Tatsuro would be more of the debutante because he's never fought in the UFC at any level. MMA Fight Club, what's up, Manny? He said Johnny K and Blood Money always drop reliable knowledge with the pimp flavor. Yeah. He said, thank you, fellas, and best of luck to everyone this weekend. You too, Manny.
Yeah, you too.
Everybody go check out the MMA Fight Club. He's got the good stats, man. He's got good stats, good bets.
Good breakdowns.
Yeah, good show. Just a good show. Raw Torque at under 2.5 on the Tatsuro fight.
I keep looking at that. I keep looking at that bet, and I want to pull the trigger, but something's holding me back. But I think he's going to win by sub, but I don't know why I can't pull the trigger. I love that line, though.
Do we think that Tatsuro is the only one that can get the finish in the fight? I mean, that's where we're wanting, but for an over-under, when I take the under, I kind of like Schnell and Roybal, where both them dudes have a chance. But
I can kind of see Candelario maybe getting a late round, like a third round knockout. Maybe Tatsuro gasses after trying to get Candelario to the ground and grapple him for 2 rounds.
Right.
But I don't know. Right. I see more of a Tatsuro submission in early, first or second round, if there's going to be a finish.
Tatsuro's 22. He better not gas out.
I know, but you never know, dude. He might blow his load in the first round because it's UFC. You know what I mean?
Right. And like you said, man, debutantes do that too on their first fights. All right, man. We'll move on to fight number 2. Is in the men's flyweight division. We got Jake Hadley versus Alan Nascimento. And this fight, this is going to be a super good fight, man. They kind of got the line perfectly where it should be, and it really hasn't moved that much this week. I see Hadley at -210, Nascimento +170, and dude, this fight's going to be really good. We're going to see what Jake Hadley's really about because it's a huge step up in competition for him, man. He's been fighting over in England and stuff, and he's well rounded. He's got good striking. I've seen him get clipped though in his fights a little bit. Even who was it? Mitch Raposo, or who did he fight? Mitch Raposo on the contender series. He was kind of getting pieced up by him too, but he was a lot bigger, so he ended up taking over with the size and stuff. But he's got good striking, good wrestling, and good BJJ. A lot of submissions. He seems really physically strong for the flyweight division. He's got powerful leg and body kicks. I like this kid. He's definitely really good, undefeated. But Alan Nascimento too. This kid's tough. If you see, he's 18-6. His last 3 losses, so in the last 5-6 years, out of those last 3 losses, he's won in between in that. They're all 3 split decisions. So I mean, this dude could have won his last 12-13 fights total if you take out them 3 losses if they went the other way. And he had that great fight with Tagir, which is way better competition than anything Hadley's fought. But he has a really good BJJ off his back. He has pretty good striking, crisp striking and stuff, but his takedowns defense seems kind of suspect. He actually seems kind of physically weak. Even when Tagir would grab him, he'd be able to take him down pretty easy, but he also likes being on his back, likes sweeping and stuff and throwing up them submissions. But it seems like he's really dangerous in that first round, but it seems like he starts to slow down a little bit as the fight goes, and makes him way less dangerous. Then when he's accepting bottom position, when he's a little gassed out, he's not throwing up as many subs and stuff like that. He only threw up a couple subs against Tagir in the second and third round, where in the first he threw up 6. But yeah, man, I think this fight is going to be super close. I don't know if there's a finish. I kind of like the over because both these dudes are super tough. Neither one of these dudes get finished, but they're both also super dangerous themselves and finish their opponents. So I'm going to go with Hadley because I'm going to say Hadley stays safe in that first round. He's got good enough to jiu-jitsu to not get tapped out. But I think by the second and third, he starts taking over more, being physically strong, and when Nascimento tires out a little bit. But I'm still going to go by decision because I think they're going to be on the ground in a lot of weird positions and stuff, chewing up a lot of clock, and nobody really getting submission because Nascimento's ground game is good enough to where he's not going to get pounded out or choked out by Hadley either. So maybe it is. Only one getting a finish I really see is maybe Nascimento, because Nascimento I don't think's really been finished. I don't know. I'd have to look, but I don't know if he's been. Has he been finished?
I'm looking right now in his career. No.
See, and
all decisions he lost.
Yeah, and he's fought some tough dudes. If you go look at the dudes' records that he's fought tough guys. But I'm going to take Jake Hadley because I'm going to take Jake Hadley to survive that first round and be back and forth crazy. I actually think Nascimento is going to have better striking than Hadley too. I think Hadley's going to have to wrestle in this fight. Pretty early he's going to tell because Nascimento has real good straight punches and nice kicks and stuff. But yeah, man, give me Hadley. I'm gonna say that Nascimento starts getting tired in that second, but I'm gonna take a decision. I'm gonna because I don't think Hadley can go full go with all the submissions and stuff coming up at him. He's gonna have to stay safe, and that burns a lot of time. Yeah. So I'll be looking at that over, and yeah, Jake Hadley by decision.
I like Hadley too here. I think he's gonna win by decision because, like you said, Nascimento is a pretty tough guy to finish, and I actually, I was watching some tape. I think Hadley does have a little better striking. I think it's a little I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more technical, but I really like his striking defense. If you kind of watch what he does, like he'll throw some strikes and then he'll do the Dustin Poirier, elbow defense. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but he does that too. And it blocks a lot of shots, but
parry him with his elbow a little bit.
Exactly. He does that really well when he goes 1-2 combos and then he'll throw up his elbows and block whatever is coming his way. So he's really good at that. And I think he is going to be the better wrestler by far. I think he can get down Nascimento. And like you said, he likes to be on his back and he'll accept the back position. Yeah. But if he just if Hadley wants to go do the wrestling, I think he has all the opportunity in the world and he can just stay in half guard, play it safe, just work a ground and pound, maybe get a submission, and he can bank rounds like that. I think that to me is the easiest path to victory for him, which is why I think he's going to go to decision. On the feet, I do see it playing out really close. So it just depends on, I guess, how it's playing out for Hadley, because I do think he's going to control this fight. I don't think it's going to be Nascimento. Right. So, like I said, with my pick, though, I'm going with Hadley. I think he's just a little bit more well-rounded. And I think the wrestling will play a big part in this one. Yeah, man, I'm with you. This dude looks like a good star out of England, man. He looks like a good prospect up and coming. I know he had problems making weight last time, though, too. So we got to see that. He missed weight on the Contender Series. So we'll see. I think he said he had some different problem. Yeah, he was lucky to get a contract for that, too.
Yeah. Dana loves, he loves the English guys or Chinese. I mean, there's Chinese spread the market out and all that stuff. So
and they need flyweights too. So
true that. Yep. You got Effie. Effie said I think the dog is live here. Yep, I agree with that. Nascimento, I mean, definitely live. Broke Bet said I think that Hadley is a southpaw. Should negate some of the leg kicks. Yeah, true. Yep, good eye on that. Effie said gotta head back to work. I'll catch the breakdown after.
Later, man. Thanks for coming out.
Oh yeah, thanks, Effie. Is he really going back to work though? He said he works at a dispensary. So okay. I don't know if that's really work. That wouldn't be work for me. I'd love that. Sava said Hadley won a fight against a guy with a professional record of no joke 0-4. Is that Race Street or something like that? Race Street or some dude
guy that's in England or something?
Yeah,
I think that has to be it.
Dude was throwing fights and stuff. So the under in this one, raw torque is minus under 2.5 is plus 120. What's the over on this one, Johnny, or raw torque for this Hadley fight?
I would say I really probably like minus 130, 140. Then if that's the case.
I'm probably going to be. I'm going to the casino tomorrow to put in my bets, and I got that wrote down. I feel like it was a different line.
I don't know.
Minus 140. That's what I had wrote down. That's a good line, dude, because Nascimento, man's never been finished in 24 fights. You know what I mean? Sure. And Hadley, he's undefeated, so he's never been finished. And just the way Nascimento fights, both dudes like to grapple, which is good. And then just the way Nascimento fights, wrapping stuff up. But dude, he had Taira in a couple pretty tight submissions, dude. And Taira got out in that first round, so it's gonna be tough. But I like that. I like the over 2.5 myself, man. At minus 140, I'm probably going to bet that, to be honest.
Yeah, I've been looking at more of those bets where it's fight to start round 3, those kind of bets, and that would be a perfect one to do. And I'm sure it'll be minus 175, 180, but I mean that extra half a round, man, it'll get you every now and then. So
Grant Dawson. I mean, that's why, the Grant Dawson fight, I had the over 2.5, and it hits the over 2.5. I'm like, oh yeah, this and that. And I'm sure a lot of people had decision and the fight goes to decision and Grant Dawson by decision. That was a big play. And, he finishes it with 1 minute out of nowhere. But yeah, man. But I do, it makes me want to bet online to be able to get all the cool props and stuff. dude, I'd probably have like 40 bets in by the end of the week. Because they're good, dude. When you find the right ones like that, like even though Arlovski, you know, he didn't win that fight, Arlovski by decision, like gives you so much better odds, and that seems like the only way to go. And like Chookagian by decision. So get into that.
We'll get to that in a second.
Right, we'll be getting there. All right, but yeah, Raw Torque said the unders plus 120. I think he might like that. Sava said, yep. Reese Street. Raw Torque said he said the over is minus 163 for him, so that would have climbed up going up. Yeah, I mean, neither guy's ever been finished with 32 pro fights between them. It's pretty good odds. All right, man, we'll get into fight number 3. We got Luis Smokov versus Davey Grant. Let you start this one off, Johnny.
All right. Well, this is one of my really like no-brainer picks of the night. I'll say it, and I really like Davey Grant here. He hits like a truck. He has a chin on him, and he has those weird spinning elbows and spinning back fist attacks. Yeah. And I just think that his striking is going to be better than Smolka's. Smolka does have the advantage in the grappling and submissions and stuff, but I don't think he's going to be able to take down Grant. Grant's going to be stronger, more powerful. He does have pretty decent takedown defense, if I remember correctly. I'm going to look it up real quick, though. But I just see this fight mainly playing out on the feet. Maybe Smolka tries to go for takedowns early, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get them. And eventually, I do see Grant catching Smolka with some crazy punch, like right overhand or something, and that's just going to knock him out. So Grant lays like the thunder when he does his punches, and when he cracks, like it's loud. Yeah, you can hear it in the broadcast or from the commentary or whatever, and it is just loud. And it's going to be in the apex, so I'm sure it's going to be louder. Because like in the Giannis fight, I'm surprised Giannis didn't go down. He got cracked so many times. Yeah, and he stayed up. And Giannis is a beast, but yeah. I like I said, I like Grant here. I have him in like 3 bets. I got Grant like money line with a parlay. I got Grant by knockout. And I got the under 2.5 in a parlay too. So this is like one of the fights that I'm really keying in on because I really feel like Grant is going to get that knockout somewhere in the first or second round. If it goes to the third, you know what? He probably won't get the knockout, I don't think. Right. But I'm going to bank on first or second round knockout.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that. I'm with you on like a lock of the night. Luis Smolka, he seems like he's big for 135 because he's 5'9", 68.5 inch reach, where Dave Grant's 5'8". But he's coming up from 125. Like he's been fighting at 135 for like 3 or 4 fights now, but he's really a 125er. But man, he just don't really look good at 135. He'll get out physical by, like, if you watch Casey Kenny just go out and dominate him within 4 minutes, and just finish him. Like it didn't even look close. His last fight against Morales, that was kind of more, a nice lucky shot on him. But he doesn't have the same strength and the same power at 135 as he had at 125. Davey Grant, dude, is savage, man. Like he has really good striking. He don't even look like he could fight like he does. But he's got really good striking. And then he strikes good with both hands and both feet with power. And like you said, man, when he hits people, you can tell he's got heavy hands because you can hear that thud. He's good at throwing power with both hands. And he's got a powerful leg and body kicks. He's got great stamina. You've seen his wars. He's got a win over Marlon Vera, and then Marlon Vera got that win back. But that was a crazy fight. Then you've seen the crazy fight, like you said, with Giannis. All of his fights were like that. He was having a great fight with Jonathan Martinez and then knocked Jonathan Martinez out. He's a beast.
Didn't Martinez knock him down too, and he got back up? And
I feel like in the first round, I feel like in the first round he was beating up Grant a little bit, and then Grant, I don't know if he only dropped him once or twice. I feel like Grant might have dropped Martinez in the first, or maybe not. I think he got dropped in the first only. Grant did, and then in the second, Grant finished Martinez. But it was either the first or the second. It was a great fight, but yeah, man, I'm all over Grant too, dude. He's got a great chin. You've seen him taking shots from Marlon Vera. You've seen him taking shots from freaking Giannis. Everybody. Dude's tough. His left hook is what he has with power. KOs, that's what he KO'd Jonathan Martinez with. That's what he KO'd Martin Day with. And I think that's what he's going to KO Luis Smolka with. He's got way better striking. He's definitely got the grappling to hang with Smolka. Smolka really don't have that great at takedowns. and he really don't even try to use his wrestling all that much.
Yeah.
But, I expect Davey Grant's not bad at wrestling either himself. So give me Davey Grant. I'm going to take him by first round KO too. Any length of time that Luis Smoke is out there throwing punches, he's risking himself to get knocked out. So give me Davey Grant by first round KO. And I have him in a parlay with Tatsuro. I have 1.65 units to win 1.7.
I like it.
Yeah, and I think that should be a good night too, or a good fight to watch. Just a banger while it lasts.
Oh yeah.
So we got Saba saying Davey Grant, my lock of the night, first round knockout for the victory. Smoka's head is like a potato from
He does have a big head, doesn't he?
Giant one. He does, but like a little body, little like shoulders and stuff. Dev's here. What's up, man? He said, let's go, boys. Raw Torch said Grant by KO minus 110, and that because he gets all 3 rounds to do that.
Yeah, actually, I got Grant KO at plus 110.
Oh, you already got it in? But that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, earlier today.
Because he's not really it would have to be a weird club and sub. So I like that, man. I definitely like that. Dad said Grant all day. He said he thinks round 1. Said Dirty Red said no way I put Grant in a parlay. Too unreliable for me. 4 and 5. Yeah, but his losses are the beasts. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and then also if you look at Smoka's record, I'm sure he's just as good, if not worse, maybe.
Right,
like
but
in the UFC. In the UFC,
I get it. When you're looking at a record, he ain't even 500 in the UFC. I get that, but Smoka, he's Dave Grant's not fighting. Nobody is good here, but that's a good point though, man. Saba said possible performance tonight here. Yeah, if Smoka's chin holds up, this could be a fight of the year banger. Because everyone that Grant's in, but I mean, if Giannis and Marlon Vera had that much trouble with Grant, dude, I don't know how Smoka.
Exactly.
A flyweight, you know what I mean? Basically, is going to handle it.
And some people said Grant actually won that fight against Yanez, and I could totally see that.
Yeah, I just rewatched it. Yeah. And his fight with Vera was great too, man. His fight with Vera was close too. We got Dirty Reg. Grant should get it, but no value in the number. Yeah, his line is going way up. I mean, especially to be 4 and 5 in the UFC and then be minus 300 is crazy.
Yeah, I jumped on him right when I saw the line, and it was at minus 240, and I haven't even seen it close since then.
Right,
everyone's jumping on him, so I wouldn't touch him at 300. That to me, that I would kind of stay away and just do the knockout prop.
Right, I think I got him at 240 because I got Tatsuro. I don't know what happened, but when them came out, I got him at minus 210. Like it came out, and that's low because I mean he was still. I mean it's always been around 230 to 250, even the last time. And yeah, man, I got it at 210. I actually got plus money on Davey Grant and Tatsuro, so nice. I like that a lot. All right. Yes, I said Johnny wanted to bully me saying he heard it that cross, right? Yep. Dirty Reg 3-3 Smoka, right? Yeah, but Smokov, man, the one fight was that one dude with the blonde hair that he beat up real bad that should have never been in the UFC. But yeah, man, I've always liked Smokov. Davey Grant's a savage, dude. I don't know if Smoka's got that savage in him. Good. All right, so we go to fight number 4. I have Nick Maximov versus Andrea Petroski. So 1, 2, 3. So this is on me to start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, this is going to be a good weird fight. It's pretty good matchmaking actually because it's like the UFC is trying to find out because both these guys pretty much do the same thing, and I think they're just trying to figure out which prospect does it better, and then go from there, setting up the next fights and stuff. Both these they literally do the same exact thing. Decent striking on both sides. Petroski probably has a little more power. Maximov probably a little more technique, but the wrestling, man, I don't know who's going to win the initial exchanges, you know what I mean? Because we don't know who's better at wrestling yet. Petroski's pretty good at wrestling. He's got a college background. Both of them do. But they both got great jiu-jitsu. Maximov's more like control and position over submission, where Petroski's constantly going for submission. So they both got jiu-jitsu, but it's in different styles, right? And then they both got the wrestling. And it's going to be really good, man. If Petroski's cardio can hold up, this has the could be a really fight of the night just from grappling standpoint, because both these dudes are going to be going crazy. Probably a lot of sweeps and stuff like that. But Maximov, man, it's the cardio, right? That's what we got to talk about. It's both these guys do the same thing, and they're pretty good and almost the same everywhere. But Maximov in the end seems like he's going to have the cardio. Now Petroski, in his last fight against the big Chinese dude that was like 6'3" and stuff came in.
Liang or something like that, maybe.
Yeah. He's like, that dude's like 3-3 or something. Probably won't need to know his name anymore. But he was going hard.
It's who or something like that.
He was going hard for 3 rounds or 2.5 rounds. You know what I mean? Like in the first round, Petroski was taking him down over and over, and that dude was getting up, making him work. In the second round, Petroski looked pretty tired a little bit, but he still kept taking him down and working through it. He didn't look as tired as he did in the Gilmore fight. Mm-hmm. But I thought he was going to gas out again too, when I'm watching it. But then he ended up holding position, switching. It didn't look like he gassed as bad. And in the third round, it was either late in the second or the third round, he got the finish on him. But I don't know, man. I think this fight's going to, if Petroski's gas tank holds up, it's going to be a really good back and forth fight. You know what I mean? Because he had a back and forth fight with Cody Brundage, and I think Petroski might be better than Brundage. I don't know. But I'm gonna take Nick Maximov. I'm gonna take him by third round sub because I'm gonna figure after all this back and forth grappling that Petroski will tire out a little bit, and Maximov will end up probably being able to get the sub in the third round. But maybe it might go to decision. You know what I mean? If Petroski gets taken down in the third, he might be able to lay on his back and fight off his back long enough. Because Maximov, I don't know if he's gonna submit him or ground and pound him out unless Petroski totally gasses. You know what I mean? He didn't pound out Brundage or Puna. But yeah, man, I'm gonna take Maximov by third round sub, but the price was too high by the time that I got in there. You know what I mean? To even get to look at it, and I couldn't get no action on this fight. What do you got, Johnny?
Yeah, I like Maximov here though, but man, the more and more I think about it, like I really like. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna say it right now.
Petroski, right?
I like Petroski originally, but man, I just can't trust his cardio. That's the thing. And Maximov has his cardio is just amazing through the roof.
Right.
He can go 5 rounds of wrestling all day. But Petroski has I'll be generous when I say this. He has a round and a half of all out submissions, wrestling, sweeps, takedowns. He does have good power in his hands, but he's not really a technical striker.
Right.
So I just think this is going to be a wrestling match. Whoever's going to, in the first round, even let's say Petroski comes out and dominates the first round. This could be a potential live betting spot because Petroski's gas, he just goes down.
Right.
Because you'll get a better line. If you miss the line, if you want to live bet if Petroski did good, then this is the spot for you. But I do think this is going to go to the decision. Maximov does have some submissions in his career. I just don't think they're that great. I think Petroski has better submissions on a resume with submissions, but and also think too, another thing I was thinking about is I looked at Petroski's first round submission prop. It's outrageous. It's plus 2,500.
Oh wow!
And you can just throw $5 on that thing and just hope it happens because I can see Petroski getting in good position for a submission in the first round, and that's it. That's all he's got.
Right.
So for me, it's Petroski first round submission or bust. But I'm going with Maximov's cardio. That's the thing here. It's all about cardio, and Maximov is just more of a grinder. Petroski's more of a he wants to finish you, but he just doesn't have that grinding cardio. So I always like to go grinders over finishers like that. They only have one round of finishing ability, and that's it.
Right. One thing though is Petroski, the loss that we do all judge him off of gassing real bad was against Brian Battle, and seeing him now, that dude's energy is out of control. He's one of them junkyard dog dudes that you can hurt him, but they just keep going the whole time, dude. And Brian Battle is gonna gas a lot of people out and make him quit in his career, I believe. But yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I think Maximov gets this, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than that line says. You know what I mean? I swear at one point, I know he's at minus 370 now, but I swear at one point Maximov was minus 450 or something. It jumped way up and then came back down. So
yeah, I think I saw him at 410, minus 410, minus 420. So I could see that for sure, depending on the book.
Right.
And another thing too that you kind of brought it up real quick though. Every fight since that battle fight where he gassed out in the first, his cardio has slowly looked better in every fight. Yeah. So I'm not quite there yet to trust his cardio. If he shows me this fight that he can go even 2.5 rounds of good solid work, I'll
Right.
be on Petroski on his next fight because he's going to fight some trash can because I think the UFC likes Petroski.
Right. It's going to be crazy. If for people that have a lot of bets in and a lot of parlays and stuff, if Petroski comes out and all of a sudden you see him landing the takedowns, you're like, oh shit, he can out wrestle Maximov because I don't think I don't think anybody knows like who's the better wrestler. Yeah, I do like Maximov's his timing. You know what I mean? He has really good timing under people's punches, all kinds of stuff. But he kind of just ducks down under him real quick and just lays there, grabs the legs. Like he's got a really weird style, but it works. But yeah, man. I'm gonna take Maximov, but no bet on it.
I was kind of hoping that the over was set at 1.5 in this one because I was gonna do the over just for shits and gigs because everybody was gonna do the under. I know everybody would do the under, but it's set at 2.5. And I'm like, that's where it should be. But I was hoping that they would mess up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Broke bets. Yeah, I was just looking over here. I had it at minus 160 for the over 2.5. What's you know what that line is? Probably still right around there.
Right now?
Yeah.
I can look real quick. Just gotta jump in here. But yeah, I mean, I was looking today because I'm trying to find some bets because there's only 11 fights. So I'm like, but I looked at that. I think like I said, first round submission for Petroski is 2,500.
If they got that at the casino, I might throw a little something on that. And then you never know.
Yeah, and another thing too, which is even crazier, I think Petroski just by submission it was like plus 1,200.
Okay,
and I think that would be the only way he wins. I don't see him winning a decision yet, like not in this fight, anyways.
No, yeah. As soon as like I said, people are going to be worried when Petroski comes out landing them takedowns, looking good in the first, but then in the second. By the middle of the second, when Maximov, if that's what happens, Maximov starts landing his takedowns, it's going to be over after that. I don't think Petroski's going to fight back. I don't know if he's going to get finished, but as far as the bet goes. But Broke Bet said, I think betting Maximov by finish could be the move, plus 175. That's not bad at all. Donovan said, too big of a favorite, good for a parlay. Yep. Richard, what's up, man? Maximov lock, Petroski gassing out. He struggled against Gilmore. LOL. It's like, it's like you read my comment. Dirty Red said, I'm on Max, third round. Sub, thanks for the extra confidence. Hell yeah. Yeah. No problem, Dirty Reds. I appreciate you coming here too and talking with us, man. Yep. That's awesome. Raw Torque, this is a live bet opportunity for me. Petroski should look good in the first round. Maybe get a bit, better line on me. Exactly. That's the way to do it. Dirty Red said, I see Max spamming takedowns. Yeah, he's good at that, dude. He might shoot 20 takedowns in a fight, but and it's not even real double legs or body locks. He got good timing, man. As soon as you think he's gonna strike with you, he just drops levels and grabs a leg, pulls himself to you. Like it's the weirdest wrestling I've seen, but it works, man. It really does. Raw Torque said over 1.5 is minus 150. I'm gonna think. Or wait.
Let me look at the alternate on that. That actually
over
might be
1.5 is minus 1. I had the over 2.5. It was minus 160 the other day. Okay.
Yeah. The over. Well, I got minus 300 for 1.5 in that fight.
I think it's a 2.5. Which book are you using, Raw Torque? Seeing that because that would be a lovely line right there. The over 1.5 for minus 150. I'll throw 300 on that.
Mm-hmm. But whoever said that they liked Maximov in the third round submission, that's plus 2,000.
Yeah, that Dirty Red said that.
Yeah. So if you like that, even just like I said, $5. Right. I mean, that's gonna be you 100.
I'm gonna throw me a little crazy little parlay in this week. I usually don't do it too much, but I'm gonna this week because my buddy at work gave me $60. He's like, throw me in a couple parlays. So I'll probably throw him in.
There you go. You got free money now.
And throw him in a couple, and then maybe throw one like that for myself too.
Yeah, every once in a while, like my book will give me like a free bet, like a $10 free bet or a $20 free bet, and I just go to town. I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Well, I seen you hit that crazy parlay last week, man, with 3-leg parlay of like crazy props, right?
It was Oliveira submission, Roybal finish, and Fialho KO.
Nice, yeah. And it was like 600 or something. That's good odds right there. Yeah.
So like I said, that saved my night. My last leg was Charlie Olive submission, And then I had that 3-unit bet on Charlie Olives to win outright. Yep. So I'm like, come on, dude.
Everything was riding on that. Yeah. Charlie Olives, when it got to that, after that Rose decision, like I said, I thought Rose won. So like, I'm like, all right, I'm up. I think I would have been up like $150. And then I'm like, cool, going into this Oliveira fight, he wins. I'm up 350. Motherfucker, did they not call off Esparza? I was like, motherfuckers, man. Like just taking money. Cause dude, when I bet Rose, here's how you know this is mafia and just bullshit, dude. When I bet Rose, she was minus 165. When the fight started, she was like minus 235. So you know how much money had to have come in on freaking Rose, and then all them people just I'm sure there was some that collected some Esparza, but obviously there was no money coming in because Rose just kept going up.
Exactly.
Up. That was another thing where that was most people's lock of the night again, like Piotr Jan was, like this and that, like Andre Fili was, and then boom, she freaking loses, and it's like every week. So
I was really confident Rose would win. Honestly, I wouldn't say she was my lock of the night. I think, to be honest, I think Charlie Olives was my lock of the night until the weight miss and all that crap, and I'm like, dude. I'm not worried about him physically. I'm worried about him mentally.
Yeah, he's a champion, though. He's a savage.
He just like impressed me so much now. I'm like, I can't not bet him ever.
What about Islam? I don't know. Real quick, we can do a little side thing, but man, I wonder what the odds are. I think Islam's already a favorite, and it's like,
give me Charlie Olives plus money. I'll take it.
Yeah, if you got him plus 2 something, because by the time that fight starts, I can't see that being. It should be even money, right? Because who the fuck knows who's going to win that fight? Like, who really knows? Charlie Olives has the better toolbox, but if Islam comes out, I seen a meme thing, and it said that it took Islam 17 minutes to finish Thiago Moises. It said it took freaking Charlie Olives like 30 minutes and 30 seconds to finish Poirier, Chandler, and freaking Gaethje. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Raw Torch said he was looking at the Smokov Grant line.
Okay.
Yeah, 350 is a lot on that for over 1.5, but that seems like kind of a lock, but you never know.
If you're looking for a leg, if you have like a really good value leg and you want like a safe leg, that's a good leg to do. I think it will go over 1.5 unless Petroski gets the submission early.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing you have to worry about. I don't think Maximov is going to do too much in the first.
Right. Yeah, no. And no knockouts really or nothing. Saba said L to me, who cashed out all my Charlie Olives bets. I can't blame you after what happened, the crazy, but like, I was just saying, I was thinking, like, I was telling Johnny, I'm like, man, his skills are still the same. You know what I mean? And this dude, he's got to have a mentally strong mind if he overcame, because he literally was a quitter. I've lost a lot of money on Oliveira betting against him. And this 12 fight win streak, dude, I think I bet Jared Gordon against him. Because I'm like, he'll wrestle him down, survive submission, and he'll quit. Like, starts getting hit, and not no more.
No.
But let's move on to fight number 5. We got in the women's strawweight division, we got Berna Jandiroba versus Angela Hill, and I will let you start this one off. Well, Jandiroba's 17-3. She's -1. She's about -180 now, and Angela Hill's 13-11 plus 150.
So when I saw these lines come out, I saw Angela Hill at plus 130. Okay. And I was like, are you serious?
Shocked.
I'm like, I thought this should be more of a pick'em, to be honest. So I jumped on Hill. I'm like, give me Hill. I'm going to put a unit down. That's cool. And then like I'm looking through the week, and I'm like, man, she's at plus 150. Am I the only one that likes Hill? But I really like Hill in this matchup. I know she's going to be the better striker, obviously. And Jandiroba on the feet, very low volume. Throws maybe like one punch at a time. She does have okay power, but she's not going to be knocking out anybody. Let's be honest.
Right.
Obviously, she's the better grappler here. So it's a grappler versus striker matchup here. Angela Hill's takedown defense is pretty decent. I want to say it's about 78% around that range.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? I don't think Jandiroba's takedowns are that great or something. I mean, it is. I would be worried if I was Angela Hill to not get taken down. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be too worried about her takedowns because I do think she can stuff the majority of them. And I'm not saying Hill's going to stay on her feet for the whole fight, but I do think that she's going to be able to stuff the majority of them. And if she can stuff them early in the first round, I've seen Jandiroba in some fights where if she can't get the takedown in the first round, she'll stay on the feet, and she's not good on the feet.
Right.
And I think in the Mackenzie Dern fight, and I know Mackenzie Dern's world class, so it's kind of a weird example, but she tried a couple times, I think, and then she just stayed standing the whole time. So, which I get, it's Mackenzie Dern, you don't want to go down the ground with her, but in other fights too, it's like she'll try a couple times and like, okay, well, I'm just going to stand and hope for the best and try next round. You know what I mean? She doesn't continuously try and try and try. So to me, that's a little worrisome if you're on the Jandiroba side. But again, if this fight gets to the mat and Angela Hill is on her back, I mean, that's going to be I'm going to be sweating. Let's put it that way, because I'll be scared. I'll like just make it to the round, make it to the end of the round. Let's go.
Right.
So, but I actually see this fight go into decision. I don't think anyone's going to finish each other, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go conspiracy theory. Like the judges owe Angela Hill a fight, at least one, probably two, but four. Okay,
she got four split decision losses in the UFC.
Come on, UFC.
And she could have easily won all them fights, like all of them,
especially the last one in Lemos. I was like, I had a Lemos bet, and I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't feel comfortable.
They was reading that split decision off. I'm like, I know they're gonna fuck me. I know it. And honestly, I thought Angela Hill might. I mean, the third round was close, but yeah, man.
Yeah. But I like Hill here. I think she'll be able to outstrike basically outpoint her and keep, stay on the feet as maybe like a close split decision. I'm just hoping it goes Angela Hill's way this time, because I mean the odds are with her for a split decision here.
So Angela Hill by decision probably.
I'm going decision, yeah, or even split decision if you want to do that.
That would probably
that'd be like
pay crazy, dude,
or something like that.
Right. Yeah, on this, dude, I'm with you. All right, so it's like how lines can change how I feel on the fight. Like, so in my mind, I'm back and forth on this fight. I'm with you. This should be 50-50 fight because it's a style matchup. Either she's going to take Hill down and submit her or be able to control her for 2 rounds, or she's going to get beat up standing up a little bit.
Yep.
But Hill doesn't hit hard, so she's not finishing anybody. When I made this thing, like Hill, I see at first I think Jandiroba was minus like 135. It might even have started off around to pick 'em, but by the time I seen it, she was like minus 130. So it's been steadily going up. But I'm with you. It just seems weird because like Hill's so good and she's got a good takedown defense and all that. Like, so on my show, I'm picking Verna Jandiroba to get a first round sub because they're in the small cage. Jandiroba has pretty decent wrestling. Like she got down to Ribas in the first round and stuff. But she's exactly like you said. She's gonna be first round or bust. Like I don't think if she don't get that finish in the first round, I don't think in the second round, because Jandiroba's gas ain't that great either.
True. Yeah.
And because she goes for the finish a lot, but she's so dangerous. That's why I couldn't get a bet in. And then, but now, I mean, when you got the line going to Jandiroba minus 180 and you're getting Hill up at like plus, 150, 60, 70, dude, she's fighting tough with any girl in the UFC, period. Angela Hill is going to fight tough. I don't care if it's Rose. I don't care if it's Wei Li. You know what I mean? She's going to fight tough. So I don't know. She shouldn't be no plus 200 to no Verna. So on my pick, I pick Verna. But if that line keeps going up, I'll throw something on Hill because Hill definitely has a chance. Like I said, it's either Verna. So, I mean, I guess the best ways to look at it would be Verna kind of by sub because I don't think she could get 2 rounds of control time on Hill. But like I said, and it's in the small cage. That's the only thing that really that favors Verna so much. But yeah, man, I'm going to take Verna, but not confident at all. I have no bet on this or nothing, no over, under, no nothing, but not confident at all. Like, I can definitely see Hill winning it. And like I said, the bigger she becomes an underdog, all the value's on her.
True.
All the value.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. Like, if you're on the Jandiroba side, like, I mean, I wouldn't be super confident in that pick. But if you're on the Hill side, like, I'm more confident that Hill's going to win than probably you think that Jandiroba's going to win. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm not saying
Hill's a junkyard dog, dude. She's gonna fight for your money. That's a good thing to have.
But I know Hill is at like plus 150 range. So you're gonna get a better line than I got. Like I jumped on it. I'm like, that line's off. But
you want to know the only thing, and I don't know if this should really matter because this could have been a slip, but the only thing that's making that is keeping me off Hill, to be honest, and pick Verna like that is because Verna does have decent wrestling. She's got great submissions. She really does.
Yeah,
but like it was the Hill versus Marcos fight a long time ago. I watched it. I actually had Randa Marcos on DraftKings. This is maybe 3-4 years ago. 2-3-4 years ago, and Miranda Marcos landed one takedown, took Hill's back and choked her out in the first round, and it just seemed like, and then I ended up losing some more money off of that because I won on that, but then I started betting every time Hill would fight a wrestler or submission person, I would start betting the other person. I'm like, oh, Hill's submission's terrible or takedown's terrible, but then she'd fight all these other girls, showed great takedown defense, even against Claudia Gadelia, all these girls showed great takedown defense, and just super tough, and I would lose bets, not the Claudia Gadelia one, but other fights I've lost bets against her. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, Verna, but I'm not confident, and I would change this pick. Like, say I went to the casino tomorrow and Angela Hill's plus 175. It's hard to not pick her by decision, and she'll probably be like plus 300 or 350, and that's the way she can win. I mean, she could slice her open with some elbows, because that's another thing. I don't know if Verna is going to be able to just hold Hill up against the cage, get control time like that, but man, it's going to be, but it's going to be the bet sweats that first round, though. If anybody that has Hill, dude, or, Verna, because Verna gets that takedown. And she took down Ribas pretty easy, man. I was able to control her, but Ribas has world-class jiu-jitsu, so she survived. Like you seen when Verna got I think the one girl, I think she's a Japanese wrestler girl, took Verna down, got her arm broke quick. But it's going to be dangerous. That's why I don't know if I'll get a bet in, but like I said, if the Hill thing goes too crazy, I will. If it gets out of control, it's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion.
I mean, it's Verna by sub or Angela Hill by decision. Yeah. That's what the outcomes are. I can see it go either way. I'm just banking on Hill. Like, she has really good footwork. She has good speed. Like, I think she can move around and just make it hard for Verna to get that takedown. So, especially in the first round, like if she just plays it safe, like, she can even lose the first round. Just make Verna work a little bit, make her come at you, throw some weird, looping punches that she can block. And then, you know what? And then go all out like she usually does in second and third, and she'll win this fight. Right.
Yeah, man. Like I said, even when I made this prediction, I'm like, man, dude, I don't know. Cause it's tough. And when it gets to that, when it's to that, I don't know, this is tough. Then you take the dog, right? Especially when the dog's getting big. So,
yeah, if it's like a 50-50 fight, you should just take the dog because you're getting the value. It's all there.
I probably if I go there to the casino and they got Angela Hill by decision at plus 400 or 500 or something weird, they're probably smart enough to know, though. They probably won't juice it that much.
They'll probably juice it up to 250.
Maybe I'll throw half a unit on or something.
At most it would be 250. I don't see it because it's a women's fight. They usually go to decision, and they're not going to juice it up. I think. We'll
Both these girls are durable too.
Yeah, and we'll get the Chookagian fight, and I'll be honest, the juice. I mean, it's worth it, but it's not as much as you think. You know what I mean? Right,
because they know they should. Manny from MMA Fight Club said Jandiroba has a negative striking ratio. That's a great point about her striking, Johnny K. Yeah,
her striking's bad. I mean,
she dropped Ribas, but that was just a lucky little shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. She has a little bit of decent power, and she can catch anyone if they're not looking. But man, it's just one strike at a time.
Yeah,
she can't do anything else.
No, Hill will kill her with volume, and Hill's clinch is sick, dude. Hill's clinch is sick with her knees and elbows. Yep. So Dirty Red said, if you think Hill TKO, if on top of Verna or Verna on sub on top, I think that Hill needs to stay off the ground. Yeah. Totally with her Dirty Reds. If she does it, she's on top, it would help. But man, Berna's dangerous. She's world class.
I would immediately get up if I was Hill on top. Get up.
And Verna was taking. I think she got one takedown maybe on Mackenzie Dern. You know what I mean? And Dern stood up and fought her the whole time. Dern wasn't trying to take her down. So it's Dern might even thought her jiu-jitsu's up there with hers.
Yeah, she got one takedown. And you know how great Mackenzie Dern's striking is. She couldn't even outstrike Mackenzie Dern.
Right. Dirty Red said, no way I'm going to fight Goes Hill. Will break in a bad spot. Her arm definitely will. For sure. If it gets
it's all about whatever happens on her back. If Hill's on her back, it's gonna 90% probably gonna be a submission. I'll be honest.
Man, Yeah, Saba said that UFC sold 400,000 pay-per-views, man. That's a lot. That last one, and Rose did that. Rose and them did that in front of millions of people.
That's insane.
No faith in a 13-11 fighter.
We talked about it. Like, she had 4 split decisions that at least 2 or 3 of those should have went the other way. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, and she's fought. The thing is, though, with Hill, dude, is she's fought the top of the top.
Yeah,
like because there's people like that. You're gonna see all these fighters like that. That's what's weird. Like, most people, that's why people are gonna lose bet MMA that don't know nothing about MMA. Not him, but like people that go up to the casino because they see a dude. I'll think of an example, but they'll see a dude that's 17-8, right, or like a Davey Grant's record, right, and then they got, for some reason they put Davey Grant in there with some dude that's 12-0, but he's been fighting on the regional scene, right? So they're like, oh, this 12-0 dude's gonna fuck up this fucking 14-8 dude, or 14-7, and then that 12-0 dude goes in there and takes a butt beat because there's just levels. Like, when you've been fighting all them top of the line guys, but Jandiroba's tough, man. This is gonna be a tough one. So but I like where Dirty Reg goes with that because stats do say something. I mean, she has lost 11 times, so she's not doing nothing to take over them 11 fights. So I do get that. Sal said, don't judge fighters on just their record. Not only that, but we got to think, man, this most likely a lot of these fights are going to go to the judges this weekend, and that's going to be just
I think so too. Like, I think somebody commented on my my video. They're like, dude, you picked a lot of decisions. I'm like, yeah, but did you look at the fights? I mean, there's really not a lot of finishers here.
No,
and if they are a finisher, like, they're fighting somebody that's tough.
That don't get finished. Exactly.
So I think I only have, like, out of the 11, maybe 3 or 4 finishes, and the rest are decisions. I'm like, I just don't see a finish one way or another. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't force it, dude. If there's not 2 violent motherfuckers in there, you know what I mean, or world-class jiu-jitsu dudes, it's tough. I mean, it's definitely tough. Let's see. Dirty Red said, Hill coming off 2 straight L's. Love your confidence in that, Johnny K. Good luck. Said, in this case, I'm a bit go to prove to me and take my money here. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a crazy one. It's definitely going to be
it's going to be a close fight. Like, I don't see someone dominating unless
stay standing or on the ground for 3 rounds.
Exactly. And I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be one way or another unless it's going to be like a quick Verna sub.
Right.
That's the only way it would be like complete domination, or Angela Hill all 3 rounds just outstriking like triple the amount Verna has, because Verna can't get her down.
You've seen that. That's what happened in the Ribas fight. Verna got Ribas down in that first round. Did good. Easily won the first round, then got pieced up for the next 2 rounds and kind of looked a little tired. Real MMA News, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping in. He said, I also like Verna by sub. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean,
I can see it for sure.
He said, y'all acting like Verna don't love coming at you the whole fight. Yeah, she does. I don't know who she's looking at, but she does come at you. She's coming at someone. She's coming at someone. I like Verna though. Hill decision, Saba says plus 200. Yeah. It's not bad. Like, by fight time, she might be plus 220 herself,
That's true.
My boy Eric Miller's here joining us tonight. What's up, Eric? He said, hello all. A quick trend. Brazilian women fighters have been gassing out Nunes, all the girls, both Nunes. Jessica Andrade talked about this in a recent interview, even going back to Lemos Hill, because she said that they train in, like, I remember this Hill, Andrade was saying that they train in Brazil in like the wet rainforest type of area and stuff like that. It's like a tropical, and then they're coming and fighting in the desert. I did see something about that, Eric, and saying that that affects their cardio.
Okay.
And
it makes sense completely.
Yeah, definitely. That's why like Camacho and them dudes go and they train up in Colorado to get that elevation, get the extra. It like thickens your blood, one or the other, being up there because there's less oxygen. I think it thickens your blood or something, which gets more oxygen in it or whatever, something weird. But yeah, I agree with that, Eric. That's a good point. And Brazil, they had the one Nunes girl, what was her name? She gassed out against freaking Sam Hughes. You had like a lot of something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Some said Hill didn't lose against Lemos, Gadelia, Casey, and maybe even I think Hill be all 4. Them are all 4 splits. She's got like 5 in her career too. So really, she could be like 18-6,
which would be insane if she was that. I mean, if you look back at the people she's losing to, like you said, they're all good people.
Right. And the only knock too is Hill's getting a little older now. She's about 37, 38. But
man, she looked good though in the Lemos fight though.
Right.
Like she was like the cardio was there. She's still throwing like five or six
Look
punches
great.
a minute.
Look great, man. She looks great. And really, she's looked great the last like 5 years, to be honest. Because I used to watch her back in the day when she was taking all them L's, and she's gotten a lot better because she was just like a kickboxer when she first came in, and her wrestling and all that's gotten a lot better. Yeah, he said no trend is foolproof, but it's something to watch. Exactly. I like to see. I like trends, numbers, all that stats. Brazilian women were terrible this past. Terrible. They've been. He's right. They have been being terrible. Yeah. So, but to see him, Verna trains over there too. I'm pretty sure. I know she did it for the last one. I think a lot of Brazilian girls hold more power too, so they gas out more. True. I mean, freaking Carnelosi, I was shocked at that, dude. Lupita is a savage, dude. She is a savage. Like I mean, I already respected her, but dude, she's on another level.
I didn't think she was.
White chicks don't got much power, yeah, but they got the stamina. And then the girls fighting, that's the freaking name of the game. Like Sam Hughes has no power. She's not good anywhere. She got stamina.
She's got the cardio.
She got freaking cardio. That's it. Cardio. All right. We'll go on to this next fight. We're in the women's flyweight division. We got Vivian Araujo versus Andrea Lee. I think I just skipped one. Actually, we're gonna start this one. We're gonna go do Frank Camacho versus Manuel Torres.
Okay.
Sorry, I skipped one. So
Frank
Camacho's 22-9, currently sitting at plus 115. Manuel Torres is 12-2, currently sitting at minus 145. I believe you started the last one, so I'll start this one. This should be a good fight. The first round's going to be fire. It's going to be wild. Frank Camacho, he seems like he's old. He seems like he's been in the UFC forever. He seems like he's been fighting forever. He's 22-9, but he's really like 32 years old. He hasn't fought in 2 years, but he's still like in his prime. Had a car accident in Vegas like a couple days before his last scheduled fight, and I guess it messed him up a little bit. But he's really well rounded. He's like pretty good, decent everywhere, but not really great anywhere. Nice leg and body kicks though. He's got good cardio. That's one thing I do like about him. Frank Camacho's got good cardio. Pretty good clinch with really good trip takedowns. He's got good judo. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He just barely uses it that much, but he does have he actually won a world jiu-jitsu title. Pretty good clinch, like I said, with the takedowns, nice body punches. He works the body a lot and he has really good uppercuts. And like I said, he's just well-rounded, but he likes to get in wars and fight it out with people. And he's not all that much that powerful himself, but he's usually durable. He didn't look durable against Jesse James because I think he just underestimated him. He came in on short notice, coming up the weight class, and Justin James came out and did what you're supposed to do. A short notice came out and was just throwing bombs. But Manuel Torres, man, he's pretty good. He's got good striking. He's out of Mexico. He's got good leg kicks, real good power in his leg kicks, body kicks and stuff. He has 2 losses though. To me, like what came down to this fight is watching his regional stuff, and he has 2 losses in the last 2.5 years that Frank Camacho would have never took. You know what I mean? Over competition that Frank Camacho would kill. He has a heel hook. I watched him take the heel hook loss to this guy that had like a 500 record, was like 10-8 or 10-10 or something like that. But this dude's a finisher, man. He's a first-round finisher. He's got 7 first-round finishes out of his 12 wins, and he can finish a lot of different ways. But this though, he likes to use his kicks a lot. He likes to set up a lot of his stuff, use his kicks, power leg kicks, and all that. But this is going to be in the smaller octagon this week. And Frank Camacho, with kickers, you just got to crowd them. And I think that Frank Camacho's tough enough to take a couple leg kicks to be able to get in. And I think that he's going to be able to land takedowns. I think that he'll be able to land. Like the first round is going to be crazy. But I think this Manuel Torres dude is going to gas after the first round. Like he's a real first round finisher. He goes out there and looks for the finish. And he's going to do that against Camacho too, seeing that Camacho got knocked out his last fight. But if Camacho plays it right, uses good fight IQ, man, I think that he's going to be able to be able to stay in this fight after the first round. And if Camacho's landing takedowns, dude, with his black belt in jiu-jitsu, not to say he's going to tap this dude out, but I think he's going to be able to hold position and stuff on this guy. And it's another UFC debutant coming off Dana White Contender Series that's got a record from Mexico. You know what I mean? Frank Camacho's been in there with Jeff Neal, Drew Dober. He had a war with Drew Dober. A lot of top-notch guys, you know what I mean, and had some really good fights with them. So he's been in there with Benio Dariush and stuff, and he got beat. But what would them dudes do to Manuel Torres? Yeah. I think this is going to be a good fight. I think Torres is going to have a really good first round. I think that Frank Camacho is going to survive, and he also he looks in good shape too. But I just think that he's going to survive Manuel Torres' stuff, because other than that Justin James fight, he did get head kicked by Jeff Neal, which, you know, Jeff Neal's knocked out a lot of these middle level competition guys. But I think that he's going to be able to survive it. He's durable, and then I think that he's going to be able to take over in that second and either get a finish in the second or third, or just win a decision. But I'm going to take Frank Camacho with a third round finish. And I don't have a bet yet, but I want to. I would have already betted it if I could have got to the casino. I was just going to throw a unit. It's plus 100. Even. It's an underdog play, so.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could see the underdog here. I know Torres isn't like anything like, I guess you want to say, like his level of competition that he's fought isn't that. If you look at Camacho, it's like, oh my God, like night and day here.
Right.
But you know what? Like, maybe I just like Dana White Contender Series fighters. I feel like I always pick them to win for some reason. But right. I do like Torres just a touch more. Like you said, he has really good leg kicks. He's actually pretty good at submissions. He has a few at least on his resume. Right. So he can get like a guillotine or a rear naked choke. So he's good at that. And Camacho's been knocked out a few times. He's been submitted a couple times here and there. So, I mean, the path to victory for a finish for Torres is there. But what I'm worried about is, let's say this fight does get outside the first round. Like, I could see this being like a Vergara-Rodriguez fight. Like one of those, it's like you have a strong, solid UFC veteran against a newcomer. The newcomer is going to look good in the beginning.
That first round,
and then CJ will take over in a second. And then the third round, who's going to win this fight? And this is to me, what it comes down to is the third round. I think this will go to decision, even though I know a lot of people think this is going to be either like a Torres knockout or a Camacho decision.
Right.
But I think Torres is going to get the nod here. I don't know why. I feel it. It's going to be a close fight. Like, I have no action. I don't want to touch this fight at all. But I see a decision in this fight. I think it's going to look a little crazy in the first round, I think, but I think it'll start slowing down. I think both guys' cardio will slow down a little bit too. And it just depends on who wants it in the third. And another thing too, I forgot to mention about Camacho is, like, he hasn't fought in almost 2 years too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's always a big red flag for me. And I always, I like to, I don't want to say fade those fighters, but I don't like picking them or betting them unless they have a resume of like being a really good fighter and depending on who they fight. And to me, like, this is a toss up and the line's probably right. So there's no value either one way or another. I don't like picking one or the other. So I went with Torres. I think he's just a little bit more dangerous than Camacho. So.
Right. And to me, now that I'm thinking about it too, that like makes me even want it more. This kind of be like one of the fights we were talking about earlier, where somebody, you know, they're 12-2, but the other guy's 22-9. So, you know, it looks like but the one dude's fought really good competition. So yeah, man, I'm with you. It's going to be a great fight, and it could definitely go the distance. I don't know if I had anything wrote down for that, but I'm going to take Camacho. You got Torres. It should be a good fight. Like I said, I haven't bet it yet, but I kind of do want to bet it, man. So,
okay. Yeah, I mean, Torres's 2 losses are come by submission, and I don't think Camacho is going to get a submission.
Right.
And usually the Mexican fighters, like, they're tough. They're tough as nails. They will take a punch. They're not going to go down like all and cover up or anything like that. They're going to have to take a few good shots to go down.
Right. Yep. Yeah, Leonardo said, man, I'm Brazilian, and that's true. We talk a lot here about how bad it's the gas tank about the Brazilians. I think it is like where you're training and stuff. Sure. You need to respect Hill too. She fought like 17. Yeah. Yep. She has fought a lot, and she's 37. Yep. I'm free picking Camacho. No play for me. I'll take experience edge here. Camacho's been the 3 fights of the night, right? Yeah, man, that's what I'm betting on. And he's an underdog, and just hope you don't get starched. That's what I got to do.
Yeah, the first round's going to be a little dicey for Camacho, but I think he could potentially take over later in the fight.
Right.
Because he has the experience. That's what it's about. Experience is really, it's big. Like, look at the
huge
Vergara and Rodriguez fight. Like, CJ took over in the second. I'm like, oh, dang. Like, this
Rodriguez showed he was a dog, though, man. And came. That's what's sad. And, dude, if you look on Instagram, like, I follow him. If you see the poor part of the country that he went back to and stuff, and, like, these judges, dude, not only are they messing with the bettors, but dude, they're changing these fighters' lives like that. If that dude would have won, he would have got more money for winning. He could have paid for more training. He could have did a lot, you know what I mean? Bought better vitamins, all that. But no, dude, these judges don't give a shit if they ruin someone's life, as long as, you know what I mean, they helped out whoever the hell is telling them to bet these stupid or pick these stupid ways.
Exactly.
But yeah, we'll probably have to hurry a little bit. We'll go to fight number 7. Is in the women's flyweight division. We got Vivian Araujo versus Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee's Vivian Araujo's 10-3, currently sitting at -110. Andrea Lee's 13-5, currently sitting at -110. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, this is the closest fight of the night for me. It was really hard to pick one, but I'm going to go with Andrea Lee. And we kind of talked about the trend here, and one of the reasons why was I know Araujo is going to start out hot, like she's going to look really good in the first round. And maybe middle of the second round, she's going to start tailing off like she usually does. And Lee has really good cardio. She has really good volume, really good striking. It just depends on me what's going to happen in the second round. Because I'm thinking Lee is going to win the third. Araujo is going to win in the first. Now, the second round, to me, that's where it's who's going to win the fight in the second round is going to win this fight, I think. And they're both, they both have pretty good striking. Vivian's a little more hittable than Lee, so that kind of worries me on the feet for Vivian.
Right.
But Vivian has a little bit better wrestling. But Lee is good on her back. She has good submissions from her back too. So it's a really close fight. Like, it was hard for me to pick, but I ended up going with Lee just because of mainly the cardio. Like, I just think the cardio is going to play a big part. And if Lee can come out looking good in the first and maybe steal the first round, like, it's going to be tough for Araujo to win.
Right. Yeah, I agree with all that. I picked Araujo. I bet Araujo. I just think that she's gonna be a lot faster. Like, when I watched her fight Roxanne Modafferi, I know MMA math don't add up, but when I watched her fight Roxanne Modafferi and then I watched Andrea Lee fight Roxanne Modafferi, like, Araujo was so much quicker in and out on Modafferi. She couldn't like track her down. Modafferi couldn't even track her down to like try to get her takedowns. And Araujo's takedown defense and offensive wrestling is really good. Yeah. And Andrea Lee was a little slower. She was a little slower with Modafferi. That's why Modafferi was able to hit her too and actually grab her and land the takedowns, because her movement wasn't all that great. I'm with you though. I think it's going to be what I'm predicting is that Araujo is going to win the first round with striking and grappling if she needs it. I feel like she's a guy. She's like physically stronger, and I feel like she's got the better jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I don't think either one's going to finish it or nothing, but I think that if it goes to the ground, she'll be on top, because like I said, I've seen Lauren Murphy. I've seen a lot of people take down Andrea Lee. But I think that Araujo is going to win that first round and second round, because her cardio ain't where she fades off in the second. She fades off. She's one of the ones that fades off in the third, but she's not like Grant Dawson or like where you've seen it. Like, not to say his cardio looked great this next one or last one, but in fights before that, when you see people like Mizani, when she gets out, she just quits. She looks for a way out. So Vivian don't do that. She don't get finished or nothing, but she just slows down and usually loses that third round. But I think that's what's going to happen here, man. I think that she's going to win that. And Andrea Lee ain't really no finisher. Like, she finished like some lower level girls. But I just think Araujo is going to bank them first 2 rounds. And the third round ain't going to be like dog walker or nothing where she just 10-8s her. I think it's still going to be close. Vivian could even win all 3 if her cardio's up to par. And Andrea Lee slows down a little bit too. Like, if you watch a lot of her fights with like Lauren Murphy and Roxanne and stuff, she got beat in the third round by Roxanne, hands down, taken down, held down. And like, Roxanne couldn't get close to doing that stuff to Araujo, like in actually getting anything off on her all 3 rounds. So give me Araujo, and I think it's going to be a decision. It's going to be a greasy one, but I think it should be a clear 29-28 decision. And maybe she could even get the finish, because if you watch Araujo, that's another thing is Araujo hits really hard, dude. So I think she's going to land the hardest shots, and the judges are going to see that. And she should win the grappling exchanges. So to me, she banks 2 rounds and wins this fight. And I got 2 units. I got her at an underdog plus 105, so I got 2 units to win 2.10 units. Okay. So 200 to win 210. So
yeah, like I said, this is a really close fight, and I could see it go either way. I don't have any action on this fight. I don't want to touch it. Right. It could be one of those greasy split decisions where the judges are like, they give it to the fighter that you think that lost, like whoever it is. It's like, oh my God. And then you lose all that money, and like, I'm just done. I'm done with like split decision losses. Like I want to stay away from fights where I think might be a split decision. Like I don't want to even go there.
Some of them are. It's like crazy. Like when Macy Chiasson, she clearly won 2 out of 3. The Rodriguez clearly won 2 out of 3. Who was who's the other ones? Well, Rose. I'm not even. That one was retarded.
Yeah, you could do Chaos and Randy Brown. I mean,
that one was back. Like, but that one to me, because like it just depends how you score a fight. Because like Chaos would land a big shot, but then Randy Brown's working him the whole time up until one. So it's like it just depends what the judges like on that. But the other ones shouldn't have been split decision. But we'll go through this. Go ahead. No,
I was going to say the Lima and Adana fight. Like I know it was an unanimous decision, but I'm like, how on earth? That fight was one of the closest fights of the night, and it wasn't even a split decision. I'm like, that should have went to split.
And that's another thing. Shogun, I thought Shogun beat fucking Ovin St. Preux. I thought Shogun beat him, dude. And like,
it was a weird night. I'm telling you, like weird. Everything was just off.
Yep. Dirty Red said, I believe Lee got to get the finish, and if it hits the scorecards, I'm on Araujo. I like that. Raw Tor said Araujo money line. I like that. That's what I'm on. Mm-hmm. Saba said he's having some issues with this Wi-Fi. That's cool. You get it figured out. We'll be here for a little bit. Travis said, Lee by decision. I'm done picking fighters with worse cardio. Yeah, I mean, I
mean, I do it every now and then. And I'm like, damn, I'm never gonna do that again.
I like to fade the cardio people. That's the 1.5 round people, the 1 and 1.5 round cardio people, because like the ones that can go 2 full rounds and 2 minutes into the third, and they're not fully dying. They just they're not dominating no more. I can deal with them as long as they don't give up. But the ones that gas in the first and second round or middle of the second and just give up, I can't mess with them. But I get it though, man. That cardio, that's a big reason to make a bet. Dirty Reg, Araujo finishes, hasn't materialized in the UFC. She had that one epic knockout her first fight against Bernardo, I think, or something like that. Talia Bernardo. I bet her on short notice, but I could just tell Araujo looked real athletic, and the other girl sucked, knocked her out. But money line, good play too. Dirty Reg said Randy Brown clearly won. I bet Randy Brown, but I'm still like, I didn't know when it went there, because that was a legit split in my decision, or in my opinion. But Randy was piecing, but like just because Chaos wasn't going down, like Randy Brown didn't get dropped head back. He was just getting hit like Oliveira, dude, and like kind of laying down like, damn, that's strong. But like Randy Brown was kicking his face off, dude. And luckily, like Chaos has the strongest chin in the world, dude, because he was getting rocked. And you don't see Chaos, but he was actually getting rocked. He just wasn't going down. DeLima won to me. I thought too. He said, no way, blood money. Who?
Shogun.
Oh, I don't know, man. I didn't see St. Preux doing that much. It was a weird.
You know what? Both those. Was that
fighters, a split decision, or was that?
I want to say it was. It was a split decision.
All right, let's. We're gonna go to fight number 8 though, because I got about 15 minutes. Fight number 8 or 9. Michael Johnson versus Alan Patrick. Michael Johnson's 19-17, currently sitting at -150. Alan Patrick is 15-3, currently sitting at +120. I'll let you start this.
Okay, I'll make this one quick. This is another one I'm not touching, because this is such a weird fight. You cannot trust Michael Johnson. I did pick Michael Johnson to win though, but I mean, I just think like if he loses to Patrick, like he needs to be out of the UFC 100%.
He should have been out years ago.
Exactly. Like this is an easy like layup fight the UFC is probably giving him. Like, hey, come back, win this, and we'll talk later. One of those things. Patrick is more of a grappler, wrestler guy. His stand-up's okay, but Johnson's more of the boxer, and he has pretty good takedown defense. So I mean, I know Johnson's going to come in looking real good in the first round, and the second round he's probably going to do something stupid and look awful. Yeah. So I see this going to decision, and it might even go to split decision. But I'm just going to say Johnson wins by decision. But it's such a weird fight. I don't trust Johnson one bit. I wouldn't put any money on this fight. That's about all I got. I'll do a really short and sweet one, because this one was just weird to me doing the research, and
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet a little bit. I actually I didn't bet it, but dude, I'm all over Alan Patrick. Okay. Like, dude, Michael Johnson is terrible. Like, see, the thing is though that like Michael Johnson's terrible. He's 3-9 in his last 12 fights, right? And his wins are over bums or long time ago. Everybody always talks about Michael Johnson's going to come in and knock Alan Patrick out. Michael Johnson, KO power. He hasn't knocked nobody out in 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, dude. So it's like, after how long do you think he's not really a power guy? He knocked out Poirier and them a long time ago. He hadn't knocked nobody out in 6 years. He quits. You even talk about a gasser that quits. There's no gasser that quits more than Michael Johnson in his whole fucking career. Go look against everybody, dude. Darren Elkins, like the list goes on. Alan Patrick he doesn't really get finished like that. You seen him, he quit against Mason Jones, which Mason Jones would beat the brakes off of Michael Johnson, but he was in the middle of the second round with Mason Jones. Michael Johnson don't even got middle of the round, second round gas. You know what I mean? He just got beat up by Clay Guida standing. Michael Johnson's fucking terrible. He shouldn't be in the UFC no more. And I don't understand how people are betting on him having his line go up because, dude, he has showed you nothing but a quitter. He's the worst gasser quitter in the history. Alan Patrick, his last fight looked shitty against Mason Jones. Mason Jones is a fucking savage. The fight before that, he looked kind of shitty against Bobby Green, but you know what he did? He went 3 hard rounds with Bobby Green, which Michael Johnson couldn't fucking do. Alan Patrick has the best style to beat Michael Johnson because Patrick's pretty tough. He was taking bombs against Mason Jones, dude. Wasn't getting finished. You know, he was just getting cracked. Mason Jones savage, but Alan Patrick constantly shoots in takedowns, right? So he's going to be doing that to Michael Johnson. And sure, Michael Johnson is going to shrug off like 5 or 6. But like I said, Michael Johnson ain't KO'd nobody in 6 years. He's going to shrug off 5 or 6 takedowns, maybe. But as soon as Patrick, because he gasses, but not as bad, and he's not as much of a quitter as Michael Johnson. So as soon as Patrick does in that second round, land a fucking takedown and get on top, he's going to wear, and he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's training with Charles Oliveira, dude Bronx. That's who he's training with. You seen him taking his picture with him, all that. That's going to give you motivation. You got that champion glow around. I really think that he's going to get the second or third round sub, dude. Michael Johnson, the grapplers are the dudes that beat Michael Johnson. You just keep taking him down, and eventually you'll get him down, and he'll give up his back and let you get choked out. I have no bet on it, but when I go with Alan Patrick's a huge underdog, I'm telling you, man, he's 15-3. That's way better than 19-7. It at least shows you he don't
19-17
or 19-17. Yeah, I was churching it up for him a little bit. So yeah, man, give me. I'm really all over Alan Patrick. I honestly think that you're gonna watch Michael Johnson quit. It's Gina Mazzani all over. It's Michael Johnson. He's the worst gasser quitter besides maybe Bob fucking Sapp in the history of MMA. So, yeah,
no,
man,
I agree. Like I said, this is the fight for Michael Johnson though if he wants to win, and it just depends on if he wants to win. Right. I think he has the tools to win, which is why I'm picking him. It's just up here. Like, is he going to do it?
And he's a little older now too. And like, he hasn't knocked nobody out in 6 years. And Alan Patrick don't really get finished. I mean, he went 3 hard rounds with Bobby Green. He was on his way to getting finished by Mason Jones. And his other fight, he don't really get finished. He's got to win over Damir Hadzovic, like, couple years ago. That's, you know, it's like 3-4 wins back. Damir Hadzovic would beat the shit out of Michael Johnson. You know what I mean? So 100%. And he landed like 9 takedowns on him. And like I said, it's only going to take one on a tired Michael Johnson in the second round to get finished. And everybody's going to be like, Michael Johnson, come out first round, knock him out. He ain't knocked nobody out in 6 years. And Patrick really don't get finished. So I haven't betted or nothing, but I'm just real serious that Michael Johnson, dude, you're gonna put money on him. Not you, but somebody is, and you're gonna watch him quit like Gina. And it only takes a medium level guy to do that to him these days.
Yeah. And I'll conspiracy theory this real quick too. Like, if this fight does get to the judges' scorecards and it's going to be a close one, I wouldn't doubt it if Michael Johnson gets it because
somehow
Michael Johnson.
I think he gets submitted, man. I think he gets submitted.
Yeah. I can see that too.
Right, but like you said. But I know it's actually going to go Patrick because Patrick's the underdog, and they give the fucking split decisions to Patrick. These judges they give them to the underdogs, is what they've been doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's lately, for sure.
Yep. Dirty Reg said fade MJ Patrick to play. Travis said Johnson should definitely win, but he will find a way to lose. That's what he does, dude. That's his main MMA attribute is finding fucking ways to lose. Dirty Reg 22 MJ biggest fade of the night, man. If he wins, he's ramen noodle. All right, man. Let's get to the next fight. We got it's a co-main event. We got Caitlyn Chookagian versus Amanda Ribas. Caitlyn Chookagian 17-4, currently sitting at -180, and Amanda Ribas is 11-2, currently sitting at +150. I'll start this off. Amanda Ribas is coming up to 125. She's fought here before. She fought against Paige Van Zandt at 125. She's super good, man. Caitlyn Chookagian, super well-rounded. She's got good wrestling when she wants to use it. She's got good BJJ when she wants to use it. Melissa's against Shevchenko. And she's just really good at using her striking, her length. And her fight IQ to win fights, and that's what's going to be really crucial here because she's going to have 6 inches of reach over Amanda Ribas. I don't know how this fight came about because Amanda Ribas was supposed to fight Michelle Waterson at 115 at the Columbus card we went to. So now you got April, and then in a month and a half, somehow she went from fighting Michelle Waterson in Columbus at 115 to fighting Caitlyn Chookagian at 125. It doesn't really make sense to me. But Ribas, dude, she's super good, super well-rounded. She's just going to be small, and she doesn't have a good chin, and I don't think she's going to be better anywhere than Chookagian here except jiu-jitsu. If she could get on top, she does have good jiu-jitsu. I don't know if she's going to be able to. Caitlyn's got great takedown defense. Yeah, man, give me Caitlyn Chookagian in a decision, and I think that it's going to be a classic Caitlyn Chookagian fight, man. Just like she did against Vivian Araujo, it's going to look just like that because Araujo kind of fights just like Ribas, you know what I mean? And it's going to look a lot like that. So give me Caitlyn Chookagian. I got her at minus 135. I jumped all over. I put 200 to 150, and man, that line shot up. But I thought it was odd that it was even that close to begin with because Chookagian should. I don't know how you pick Ribas to win unless you think she's going to get a sub. That's really or like wrestle her down and get a lot of control time, and we never see that. So yeah, man, I got Chookagian. I got a 2-unit bet on her.
Yep. Yeah, I'm all over Chookagian. At first I'm looking at the lines. I'm like, wow. I'm like, maybe this is a spot to finally like pick against Chookagian. I'm like, and then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, she's 6 inches taller. She's got a longer reach, and to me, like she's gonna do a Chookagian fight all day. Like you said, I think this is gonna go to decision because I know Brooke-Bet just said it in the chat. Like she's never finished anybody, Chookagian. She just outpoints you all fight. She just throws punches. She'll yell and scream here and there. The judges love Chookagian, mind you. I'm gonna throw that out there.
But she's really good.
She is. No, I'm not taking that away from her at all. But the judges just seem to love her in the close fights, like split decisions or anything. They always pick her. Like 29-28, unanimous. Like, you're like, well, that was a little close.
She's the opposite of Angela Hill.
Exactly.
She's the
I just don't see Ribas
or Orlowski.
Oh, yeah, Orlowski for sure. But like you said, Ribas is going to win. The only way would be by submission. And I don't think she's going to be down on the mat for too long to do that if she even gets it to the mat. So I got Chookagian, like I got the over 2.5 because that's money.
I love that.
I got the Chookagian just money line in a parlay, and I also got Chookagian by decision. I think I got that at plus 132. Right when it came out, like I was like, oh, this is like an Orlovsky easy money decision bet.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that, man. That's exactly how I see it going down too. And I like Ribas. She's tough. She's really good. But you got to stay at lightweight 15 for that because dude, dude, Chookagian's legs are so long, dude, and she just knows how to use them. And Ribas is just small, but like I said, she's fought at 125, so it's not a big new thing. But
and Chookagian gets her range really well. Like she's always in that right range for her to just touch the face every time.
Touch your face or touch air that close to your face and make that noise.
It look like it. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Brooke-Bet said Chookagian by decision plus 110. Never had a finish in the UFC.
Anything plus money is just a good bet. I would just do that.
Yep. Ice Viking, what's up, my man? Brooke-Bets. I jumped on that line. That's a good line, man. Yep. Yeah, you got to. I'm gonna check that out when I go.
Yeah, check that out if you go because I got that on at Caesars.
Yeah,
the one that you used too.
Yeah. Brooke-Bet, she does them when she punches, and the judge they really do. Kind of like Macy, exactly. Travis M. Chookagian all day. It could be a 29-28 because Ribas could come out and take the first round with aggressive wrestling and maybe land a takedown or two. But I got Chookagian in it by decision. Dirty Red Ribas switched divisions to have this fight. The number 2 girl in that division with the record 14-2. Yeah, that's it. But if she wins this, she's second in line for a title shot. So it's like crazy. But from what Chookagian, who she's been beating recently, I feel like they're Jennifer Maya and them, they're all up there with
I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering if Ribas just took this fight because maybe there was nobody in the strawweight for a fight right away. Right,
like a low, because like it's weird to go from Waterson at 115. That's a freaking big jump from Michelle Waterson at 115 to Chookagian at 125.
Yeah, I mean it's easier to get to the championship fight, I guess, if you're in a flyweight. But
that's the only thing I can think because you beat the Chookagian's perennial number 2, dude. I mean, or right behind Well, if Andrade's up there, Andrade and her, but
yeah. So now she's basically number one now.
Yep. All right, boys. Ice Viking said, hey, what's up, boys? Heading back to work. Great show. We appreciate you coming in here, Ice Viking. A Dirty Reg, Trav, Broke Bets, everybody. MMA Bets, man. We appreciate all you guys. Saba, all you guys coming in and talking with us, man. This is one of my favorite nights of the week. This is right behind watching the actual fights. You know, I have a good time. I love talking with everybody. We usually get along. Johnny's mean sometimes, but
I am mean. I can't help it.
So man, main event time. Let's get to it. Men's lightweight, light heavyweight.
We got one more.
What I missed?
Kutalaba.
Oh yeah.
Do that real quick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did. I skipped right over there. Ryan Spann, Kutalaba.
I think I'll start this one.
Yeah, I did the Chookagian.
Yeah, man, both fighters are super dangerous, man. But I mean, Kutalaba has way more paths to victory. Like, he can out wrestle Spann. He has the power to knock out Spann because Spann, his chin is, I don't think it's there. Like, I think it's dicey at best. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. And Spann on the ground with his grappling and wrestling, like, he has good ground and pound if he's on top, but if he's on his back, it's not good at all. And I think Kutalaba can get the takedowns whenever he wants. And it's probably going to be his best path to victory, but he can stand and bang with him a little bit, but I wouldn't try it out because he's going to be the smaller fighter, but man, he has a chin on him too. I know he got knocked out twice by Ankalaev, but I mean, it's him. He's really good.
Right.
So to me, like, I don't love the line at minus 200, minus 220 or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
But I think that's the play though. Like, I wouldn't want to touch the over and under in this because I can see it go to like the second or third round with wrestling only. I could see it being like a Spann knockout in the first round, which I think that's the only way Spann's going to win this fight. It's first round knockout. So I got Kutalaba in one parlay. That's all I'm going to do. I actually, no, you know what? I did do another parlay where the fight doesn't start round 3. So I think it'll end in round 1 or 2. Because Kutalaba usually finishes in the first or second round, and Spann either gets finished or finishes in the first round. So
exactly, that's good.
Kind of like an insurance bet there. So, I like Kutalaba. He's just a beast, dude. I can't pick against him. I know Spann's dangerous, like I said, but I can't trust his chin.
Right. Yeah, man. You said it perfect, dude. Everything there. Spann's gonna be a little bigger. Maybe carry a little more power in his hands, but that's it, man. Kutalaba's got better wrestling, better aggression. Even what's hilarious is Kutalaba probably got even better cardio, man. Ryan Spann's like first round or bust. Like, kind of you seen him slow down against Alvey and all them, and especially with the pace that Kutalaba's going to put on. But I could see Kutalaba picking him up, dumping him a couple times, hitting him with a bunch of elbows because, like you said, Spann's chin is suspect, and it would be tough. But like you said, though, I could see chance if Ian comes out crazy. Spann definitely has the power and skill to knock him out. Yeah. But I think after, Kutalaba, I trust his chin and toughness and cardio way more than Ryan Spann. So I'm going to take Kutalaba too, and I got him by first or second round KO. But I have no bets on it yet. They actually didn't even have the line out when I went to the casino. If they would have, I probably would have had a bet on Kutalaba and some type of parlay. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Let's go with Kutalaba, and I like that over. I'm going to have to look at the over-under. They didn't have none of that when we went. But,
I know the over is 1.5, and I think I want to say the over is juiced. I could be wrong, though.
I would think that it would go under, bro. These dudes are going to go crazy in that first round. Like Kutalaba, he did slow down a little bit, fight more patient against Devin Clark. He looked a little more patient, but as soon as he got Clark hurt, he went for the freaking kill, went nuts on him, so.
I'm just worried if Kutalaba comes in with a wrestling game plan and just keeps him in control time.
Right.
But you know what? Like, Spann's going to gas out, though. That's the thing. So, I mean, the under is probably, if you want to do the 1.5, I would do the under. Let's put it that way. But I like that bet where I did, like, the fight doesn't start round 3. So you got rounds 1 and 2.
You got two full rounds.
Extra
what was the line on that? What was the line on that you said?
Let me look real quick. I don't remember offhand. I want to say it was like 2 something, but
okay, that's not bad because Yeah, that gives you that.
It's minus 250. I mean, it's a parlay leg. I didn't just bet it single. Like that was my safe parlay leg along with.
I might bet that under
else.
1.5 because if I had to guess, man, because both these dudes can fight reckless and crazy. You've seen with the Johnny Walker fight with Spann. You've seen him with the Anthony Smith fight. And these dudes both fight crazy. I can't see this fight going over 4 minutes, dude. The way both these dudes fight, one of them's gonna finish the other, dude, because they both got power. Yeah. Both these dudes are powerful, violent mofos, man, and both can be finished and finished. So I mean, if that
the under 1.5 is minus 135.
Oh wow, I was hoping it was gonna be. Yeah, that seems like the way to go, man, because I really do. But like you said, getting that extra half a round is money.
With these two guys, like that extra like 0.5 rounds is huge. Yeah, I think, because I know it's not going to round 3, and if it does, I'll be shocked.
Right. Dirty Red said Kuchalaba gets stupid in there. Yeah, but that's why I want the under. Spann has too many question marks. I think Kuchalaba should take this. Yeah, even if it did some crazy way get the decision, I expect Kuchalaba to do the more damage. Plus 180, I'm taking a chance on Spann catching him with some. Can't blame you on that. Everybody.
I was gonna say if you're gonna do that, I would just do Spann by knockout, because I think you can get a higher plus money. You can get like plus 300 or something.
Yeah, I might shut my mic off in a second if I have to sneeze, because when I sneeze, I've sneezed like 8 times. I felt like I was gonna sneeze. I don't want to do that in this damn
You jinxed yourself.
Yeah, I think it went away because But hey, everybody right now, please that's in here, please take the time to like this video for us. Leave a comment on the regular comments for us. Go to JohnnyKPicks page and follow him on Instagram, on Twitter, and on subscribe to his YouTube channel if you already haven't. We got to get you to 1,000 subs. You're getting close, bro.
It's a grind, dude. It's a grind. I'm hoping in like maybe the end of the month or something. But
we got to get Johnny to 1,000 subs by the end of May. So everybody on here, go sub his channel right now if you haven't.
I appreciate it.
Like all his stuff. He's won like 5 weeks in a row, dude. This dude knows his stuff. So everybody go there and check it out. Obviously, like my stuff. You guys are on my channel, so subscribe and like. But
if you're already here and you haven't subscribed, you go just click on that little button for blood money right now. It's
free.
Boom.
It's free. You can break it. Punch it as hard as you can, man. Headbutt that mofo.
It's just Davey Grant elbow right there. Boom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. So we're gonna go to the main event. We got the men's light heavyweight division. We got Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. Jan Blachowicz 28-9, currently sitting at plus 160. Alexander Rakic is 14-2, currently sitting at minus 195. I think you started last. Yeah, you started last.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good fight between two really skilled guys that I think is going to end up being super boring, because both of these guys know the power they're going against. Both of these guys can already be boring and low output in their fights anyways. I know Blachowicz had some pretty interesting fights there for a minute, but he was fighting people like Glover, who's not all nonstop action, Dominic Reyes, who's nonstop, Israel Adesanya, you know what I mean? He's fighting people like that. He wasn't fighting when you watch him fight other people, like when him and Thiago Santos fought the first time. That was a terrible low output fight until Thiago Santos knocked him out in like the 4th round. But they might have threw like 20 shots apiece. I see it going like that. I see Blachowicz and them throwing low output, both being a little worried about themselves, like you've seen with Rakic against Santos. You've seen Rakic with Anthony Smith, where he just held him down. Now, both these dudes can be killers, and that's why I think it's going to be slow like that, because Rakic can kick your head off. Jan can punch your head off. You know what I mean? So I just see this being a really low output boxing match, kickboxing match, that I'm going to favor Rakic in. Racic's a little bigger. He's going to be 2 inches bigger. He uses a lot more kicks than Jan. And he's younger, man. He's 8 years younger. So I think all of that, he's got more speed than Jan. I believe 5 rounds, 50, 59, 46, 40, 48, 47, 50, 49, 46, some, 48, 47, something like that on Rakic to get the win, as long as he can dodge that Polish power. And I got a bet on Rakic. I got 2 units to win 1.3. I got him at minus 155. And that's what I think. Slow, boring decision for Rakic. What you got?
Well, I'm going with Rakic as well. I just think he's the more technical striker. Both guys have pretty good power. I know a lot of people are saying like Jan has all this power, he's Polish power, this and that. I mean, he has a decent amount of knockouts, but I mean, it's nothing crazy. Like, how many wins does he have? 28 wins. I think he only has like 7 or 8 knockouts in those 28.
Yeah, and some of them are more recently. Corey Anderson,
exactly.
Reyes.
Yeah. So he does have power, but I don't think it's that much power. And Rakic has a really good chin. Like he's been dropped a couple times and got right back up and just started going to town.
Yeah.
And the wrestling advantage, that's going to be Rakic all day.
Yeah.
But is Rakic going to do it? That's the thing.
I think he's at least going to try.
Yeah, he should, especially later in the rounds, because Rakic never has been to 5 rounds, and that kind of worries me just a touch. But I do think he's going to start out pretty quick. I think he's going to want to bank up at least 2 out of 3 rounds. And like I said, it might be a slow, boring fight early on, maybe the first couple rounds, but I do think they'll start opening up this time, not like the Rose Esparza fight that bad.
Right.
That's when I think Rakic will use his wrestling. He'll mix in some takedowns. And Jan, man, after that Glover fight, and I know he was very cautious with being taken down because he got submitted like instantly once he got his back taken. Like he just tapped right away. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah, he didn't even get the choke in.
But Rakic isn't much of a submission guy. So that's the only thing about that. He does do good ground and pound, good top control. He's position over submission, if you want to say. But man, I think he can get Jan down whenever he wants, and that's the advantage here for me. So I like Rakic. I think he'll go to decision as well. I do have a bet on Rakic money line, and I got the fight to start round 4. Yeah, so they only have to go 3 rounds, and then
yeah. I like that.
I think it's an easy, bet there for a parlay. Like I think that was my Kudalaba doesn't start round 3 other parlay.
Yeah, I definitely like that. Like I said, because it's just that both these guys are killers. They can be killers, and I think they're both going to know that. And it's just going to be, it's risky for them to do anything. They are in a small cage, so that helps. But to force the action, but they don't actually force it. So, and these dudes are huge, and they're both going to be a little worried, and they're both great kickboxers. So, yeah, man, I'm with you on that. And I hate betting 2 things on one fight, but I do think I'm going to bet the over 3.5, or we'll see what it's at and stuff, because I just hate it, because then I bet Rakic, and then I say I bet the over 3.5, and then he knocks out Jan in the first. So I'm happy he knocked him out, but then I'm mad. I hate doing it, but I might have to. It's hard to find spots on this level.
I think that's a good spot, though. If you like Rakic, and I think it's going to go to decision, or if anything, it might be a late round finish by Rakic, like 5th round, something like the guys are both gassed. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Except for how easily old man Glover got him to the ground. Yeah. And Rakic, he was taking Anthony Smith down and surviving with him easy, and just held him down. So I definitely see him doing it. But so that's gonna be the card, boys. I got to get to work here in a minute. But we both appreciate all you guys coming here. Good luck everybody this weekend. We're gonna do next week. We'll have another live show for this last card. Then we'll finally get a week off. We'll be on JohnnyKPicks channel next week, so definitely should look out for us on there.
We'll send out the reminders.
Yep, follow us both on Instagram. Johnny's got a ton of great content and stuff. So, like I said, everybody follow all of us.
And then make sure you subscribe to Blood Money if you haven't.
Yeah, now I'm trying to work up to get to 1,000 here in a couple months, and I'm at 500. So,
once you hit the ground running, dude, it just flies. But then you get those like. It just stops.
I would have got, because I got like 30 subscribers last time, and that's usually what I get when I have a good card. So then this time it sucks, man, because I got like 2,000 views almost on this last video, but I freaking lost 0.4 units. If Rose would have won, or even a draw. If they would have given her a draw, I'd have won like $250, and if she would have got the nod, I would have won $350. So I could be on there bragging, hey, I've won 5 out of 6 weeks and all this. And that 0.4. So now 2,000 people see it. And as soon as they turn it on, it's me going, hey, man, I fucking suck or whatever. So
it's funny how people are. But, hey, it's fine. People are shy. They don't want to hit subscribe. So,
even when I used to do it, I didn't really know to do all this stuff. I used to listen to all these breakdowns and stuff on the way to work and shit. And I would just never think to subscribe. I would just type their name in every time. I didn't know how to use YouTube that much. So, but
I used to do the same thing. I didn't want to subscribe because I was like, I just go there every now and then or something. You know what I mean?
Now I know how much it counts, dude. That's why I go to everybody's stuff and comment on YouTube too. Victor said, thank you guys. Good luck, man. Dirty Reg says, smash the like button. Yep. Thanks, Victor. Thanks, Dirty Reg. Real News MMA. Have a good one, guys. YouTube, brother. And Travis, awesome show, man. Appreciate all you guys coming here. We will see you next time, next week on Johnny's channel. Good luck, everybody, man. See you guys later. Later, Johnny.
Bye.